to be whole.
But that's why I feel like you have to ask those questions. I feel like you have to ask those questions up front because it's like, you know where my mind is. Don't fucking play with me.
I mean, well, yeah,
Period.
but you know, but those questions don't really get asked. When is the right appropriate time to even ask that question? Is it 3 months in? Is it the
First
third, fourth
date.
date? First
First
date?
I think
date.
first date, you could just be straightforward.
No.
First date.
Maybe some of the questions, like obviously a big one would be, so do you see yourself having children one day? If
Yeah,
they
like-
say no, and you already know that, no, my maternal instinct is definitely there, I want a family, then
Yeah.
that's definitely a game changer, and it's a no.
Yeah.
If somebody says that, no, I'm never going to go to church with you, I'm an atheist. For you,
it's a
that's
no.
Yeah.
it's done. Or we might as well not even
And
finish our
that's
dinner.
okay, though. The thing is, I'm never going to force somebody to change for me,
Doesn't work.
Well, yeah, you can.
So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, it's just like, I'd rather have those tough questions and just like, oh, bye, and you'll find someone that works for you. Like you don't ever want to get married, right?
I don't right now.
Now.
My idea could change if I meet
Yeah,
somebody
it
and I
can.
stay with her for 5+ years, and I'm like, you know what? I feel like I have found she fits a lot of the needs that I want, and we've talked about where we want to be in the next 3 to 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Then it makes sense. Like, for instance, I'm in a relationship right now, and I'll ask her a lot of the time. I'd be like, okay, when would you want to have kids? I'd be like, I want to give you a kid, but when would you want to have kids? I tell her too, I'm like, I'm okay with having another one, but if you don't want one, I'm fine with that as well. So I'm flexible, but I'm asking those questions so I know where her mindset is at. I'm like, do you want to have them by 30? Do you want to have it by 28? If you have it after 30, a lot more things can go on. So I would say, I would think it should be before 30. And she's kind of like, oh, I don't really know. I think it's
And
on
that
her
works
end
for
too.
you. Yeah.
I think
That
it's on
works for
her
you.
end too of saying, I want to get 5 years in and get to that point first before I actually know if I want to have a kid with you or not. Because right now she's so set on, like, I don't really want a kid, but I do want one later on maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
fine.
because it goes back to, like we're saying, she hasn't found nobody to really make her think, yeah, actually, I do really want a kid now. Like, that is what I want to do. I want to just not go to the club every week, and I want to just stay inside, and I want to raise a family, and I want to be a provider as a mother for emotions and everything else like that. But that's not where she's at 22, 23, 20
Yeah,
years
that's
old.
pretty young.
You're
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I didn't
I'm
think
trying to
I
have
wanted
my
that
yeah,
at
you're trying to have
22.
your best life from 18 to 24 for most women. Most women are trying to have the time of their life from 18 to 24. Majority of the time. And that's what's so ass backwards about it is men don't want to have their good time until they're like 25 to 35. So it's like as soon as y'all are done having fun, we're barely starting to try to have fun.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's why it's like, y'all don't really
I feel like that
find the men
happens
you
when
want.
men have kids too young. Whenever they end up getting someone pregnant and like having kids and then feeling obligated to get married at such a young age. And so then they hit 30 or 40 and they're like, whoa, I just never lived my life because ever since I was young, I've just been a provider my whole entire life, So
what do you say to that, Lo?
I had kids young.
Yeah, that's what I say. I would feel like, is that a little bit of what you feel?
So my son is 20 and my other
how
son
old
is...
are you? I'm like, girl,
I'm
you look
37.
my age.
Yeah, my oldest son is 20. He'll be 21 this year. And so, they're out living their lives, and it's like now I can just like, and now, but I just want to be home, but so it's funny because,
I'm like, you don't want to be outside anyway.
I'm like, let me know if you need me to come get you. Because I feel like I did a little bit of my partying, but I was married for the most part. And so I got a little bit in, and then I was married, and then, then I healed, and now I'm in my journey. And then it's like, I'm good.
You're in your journey.
I'm good.
I love that you went through your healing because it is so hard to go through it and have to deal with it alone.
Yeah. But I
Um,
think it's good you deal with it alone because it makes you stronger as a person because you didn't do it for somebody else. You did it because you needed it. You grieved